Hey guys, welcome back. So today's question, how do I determine the right size cockpit for my dog? So we start off with weight ranges. Each cockpit has a general weight range to give you a starting point. The Nano cockpit goes up to about 20 pounds. The Mini is from about 20 to 45 pounds. The Standard from 45 to about 80, 85 pounds. And the large cockpit goes up from there and is custom sized. But the weight ranges are really just a starting point. What's really most important is to visualize the fit. And to do that, we have the tape outline exercise. Exactly sort of what you'd expect. You're going to make a tape outline on the ground up against two walls. The tape outline will be of the dimensions, the internal dimensions of the cockpit that you think is most likely to be appropriate for your dog. Now, if you're unsure, and maybe your dog is in that cusp, but let's say between the Mini and the Standard, then you're going to do two tape outlines, kind of one inside the other. And then you're going to have your dog lay down within the tape outline up against the wall in that calm, relaxed riding position. Now, a couple of things. First of all, we want to make sure that the butt is back against the wall. We want to make sure that the back is back against the wall. That's why we're doing this up against two walls, okay? We don't want the dog to be in that straight laying position, kind of like the Egyptian Sphinx, right? We don't want that. Your dog is naturally going to kind of allow their back to curl. Their paws will kind of come out to the non-wall side, and both hind paws will be kind of kicked out a little bit underneath and to the side, the non-wall side of them. A little bit hard to visualize, but if you go over to our website, go ruffly.com, in the menu you click on shop, then motorcycle dog carrier. The first item there is the K9 Moto Cockpit. Scroll down about halfway, you're going to come to a section called sizing, and you're going to see a diagram of exactly what I'm trying to describe. You're also going to see a hyperlink there for an article that goes through this in detail and tells you what to look for. So now we've got our guidance in terms of what is the internal dimensions of the different cockpits and how exactly to put them up against the wall, how exactly my dog should look in there. You're going to take a couple of photos so that you can share them with us, right? We are going to provide you feedback. Now, this is something that you can do before you complete the checkout for your cockpit. But if you're pretty sure, like based on those weight ranges, my dog is probably a Mini or probably a Standard, then you can go ahead and do that checkout, because we always ask you to do this tape outline exercise in step 2 of the 3-step design phase, simply because we want to double check for ourselves with you to make sure that this size cockpit that you have selected is going to be appropriate for your dog. So we're going to ask you to do that. If you've done it beforehand, hold on to those photos because they'll come in handy during that process. And so that tape outline exercise, you're going to attempt to take those photos. Your dog is laying there in that comfortable riding position, and we're going to be able to visualize the fit and determine which is the appropriate size cockpit for your dog. If you have any questions, if anything's unclear about that, send over those photos to us, and we're going to let you know with some feedback.